Welcome to Unpacking. This is a space where we unpack everything psychology and therapy related. My name is Melina de Kock, and I am a counseling psychologist in South Africa. So, we have been recording and posting several videos for a few months now, and it seems that some of the feedback that has been coming is curiosity about me. So we thought we'd use today's video to kind of unpack me and my journey and how I became a psychologist. So I guess a little bit about me. I was born in South Africa in KZN, and we moved out of South Africa when I was about 13, and I was an expat kid. So we lived in Cameroon and Zambia and Nigeria before returning back to South Africa for me to complete my matric. Once we got back to South Africa, we moved to Johannesburg. And after matric, I ended up studying at the University of Johannesburg, where I did my undergrad degree in psychology and my honors degree in psychology. It took me 3 years to get into my master's. And very soon, we'll do a video on the process of how to become a psychologist in South Africa. I did eventually get into my master's at the University of Pretoria. And thereafter, ended up at the University of Wits doing my internship at CCDU. At the moment, I am a psychologist in private practice, and I work alongside a medical clinic here in the Fourways North area in Fourways. I work alongside GPs and specialist physicians, and I am a psychologist here in the practice. I tend to work quite a bit with moms. These are moms to be, so women who have infertility or are trying to conceive. I work quite a lot with moms postpartum as well. I do love working with couples, so I really enjoy that. And of course, work with anxiety and depression as well. I guess what people don't know is that I don't work with children. This is just a personal preference for me, and I've chosen to work more with an adult population. On a more personal note, I am a wife and I am a mom of 2. We ended up having 2 under 2, so I understand the struggles of being a new mom to young kids. I'm also a full-time working mom, so I can really relate to some of my patients who come in and are full-time working moms and juggling motherhood and working and their careers at the same time. For as long as I can remember, I had wanted to become a psychologist, and having a brown father, an Indian father, education was always something that was really important in our household. And I'm sure he would have loved if I had become a lawyer or a chartered accountant. But I had such a strong passion for helping people that I just knew that that was not my journey. When I was 17 and about choosing subjects in matric for what I wanted to study, I'll never forget I was shopping for stationery, and there was a lady that came up to me and she was shopping next to me. And even at 17, she decided to disclose her cancer journey to me and what a hard time she had been going through. And I think that really solidified for me that I wanted to be in an altruistic profession and felt like a calling of some sort to choose the profession that I had wanted to do for the longest time. Clearly, I had people, even strangers, feeling safe enough to open up about their vulnerabilities with me. So for me, that was a really defining moment, that when I did choose my career subjects coming into university, I was really sure that that was what I wanted to do. A defining moment for me in my career was during COVID. We had just moved back to South Africa from living in Switzerland, and I had just signed a 1-year lease on my new practice space in the beginning of 2020. And then in March, lockdown happened, and I thought, oh goodness, what am I gonna do? COVID seemed to have been a time, I feel, that people really started to become more aware of their mental health struggles. Now, for some people, COVID and lockdown was a great experience, like an experience to be closer with their partners, to be at home, an ability to be working from home. But for the vast majority, especially I want to say of South Africans, it was an incredibly treacherous time for them. Many people lost jobs. Many people struggled with relationships, being locked down in a space with their partner that they were not used to. The sense of isolation, that was quite rough on people as well. And COVID was a time that I thought would be really quiet for us, and it turned out to be the exact opposite. As most of us know, doctors became incredibly busy, hospitals became incredibly busy, but I didn't think that psychologists thought that we would become incredibly busy too. And I found myself to be in a space where all of a sudden I was fully booked doing online sessions solely. I was pregnant at the time and recently had also had my baby in May. So for me, COVID was also a really nice time to be able to bond with my baby and spend some good time with her at home. But it was also incredibly busy because I was on online back-to-back sessions. For a lot of therapists, COVID tended to be a time that made us quite busy and gave us an opportunity as well to help a lot of people who were struggling with their mental health. And I think awareness of mental health became just so pivotal in that time, and people were finally ready to accept and look for help to navigate the struggles that they were having. I absolutely love what I do. Working in a field that is also my passion, it never makes me feel like I wake up in the morning feeling like, oh, another day of work. On the other hand, I'm so excited to get to work every day. I'm so excited to see my patients and to be a part of their journey of healing. Now, being a psychologist isn't an easy job. There is unfortunately a certain level of emotional tax for us as therapists. And Martin, our videographer who created the channel, he made a comment about how he feels guilty of dumping his emotional burdens onto his therapist when he leaves therapy. But as clients or as patients, you never have to feel guilty for burdening us. We are trained really, really well in our masters of how to compartmentalize and how to not take those burdens home with us. So in essence, it's almost like I wear two different hats. When I'm in this room, I have my therapist hat on, and when I leave here, I end up putting my mom hat on. I think being altruistic in nature and wanting to help people is really the reason that I chose to be a part of this channel. We've realized that therapy is just such a privileged thing for those who either have finances to afford it or those who've got medical aid. But the truth is that there's a large majority of South Africans who have neither of those. And so the purpose of creating this channel was to be able to assist South Africans who don't have access or don't have availability to therapy by providing them some tools and some tips to help them navigate some of their struggles and difficulties. So this channel is for you. And we hope that you've found things that we have spoken about so far beneficial for you. But if there's something in particular that you would like to know more about, or a topic that you would like us to address on this channel, please comment below and we will do our best to address it. So thank you for watching. And if you found any of our videos thus far helpful, please like and subscribe because we do have a lot more content coming. And please remember that if you are struggling with your mental health, to reach out to a mental health professional. Just remember, your mental health is a priority, protecting your peace is important, and self-care is essential.